Welcome back to Hot Takes and Deep Dives, and I am here with the legendary pop rock trio. We have, can you believe this is your third appearance?
I know, it's weird.
Do you remember that this is how we met?
I actually do.
So we have Elizabeth Ziff, we have your sister Amy Ziff, and we have Alyson Palmer.
Yes.
And together,
we're Betty.
Together you are Betty.
We're the legendary Betty, as you said.
The iconic Betty.
This is a very exciting day because your new album just dropped moments ago. How are you all feeling?
I feel really
now?
positive and great. A little stressed out because we uploaded it and we weren't sure if the album was going to be able to come out today, and it just did. So we're very excited about it.
I'm really, really excited. I think it's a fantastic album, and I love the way it looks. So I can't wait for people to have it in their hands.
You did all the artwork.
I did the art direction.
Well, I guess we should actually say up top, I think we need to really define what it means and has meant for you all to be an indie band. For not only are you an indie band, you've lasted for nearly 40 years, like 38 years. So can you kind of explain the difference between your career trajectory and, say, these pop girlies that are out now, like a Chappell Roan or somebody like Lady Gaga, somebody who is going through the studio system, the label system? Maybe explain the sort of blood, sweat, and tears that you've gone through.
It's just, the difference is either you have a team that's working for you or you are your team with your pals. And so the three of us are a team with our dear friends who help out now and again. And it would be great if we had a label behind us because the music business has changed so deeply. But, we've done it our own way.
I think a lot of people are independent now, but when you talk about independent, a lot of people don't understand that it means different things. Some people are indie, quote unquote, bands. Those people still have labels, they have teams, they have press. We're really an independent band, which means we don't have labels, management, any of that stuff.
Well, I love how you say you're a mom and Les.
Also, we were told at the very beginning if we were to do benefits and things for AIDS during the AIDS epidemic, that we would be completely eradicated from the mainstream. And we didn't listen. We, of course, because we played for friends in hospitals. We played for AIDS benefits. We played for gay pride. And at the time, if you played for pride events, it was very few and far between people that would play for pride events.
This was 1986.
Yeah.
This was actually even before 1986.
It's before, yeah.
Because we were doing another band before Betty, and it was really funny because the very first time we ever did a gay pride, it was whispered about, and it was behind the bushes, and you had to sort of know where to go
No
to
pictures.
be there.
No pictures could be
No
taken.
pictures. If you took a camera out, they were like, "Stop! Put it away!" Because people were absolutely
People
terrified.
would lose their jobs. They'd lose their families.
Did you guys ever go to Fez?
Yes.
Or
We played there.
you did?
Oh, yeah. We had a whole series
Oh
there.
my God, we lived at Fez.
Wait, you had a residency at Fez?
We played all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
We had
that's
the residency.
amazing.
We also played holiday
Danceteria.
shows there. We played Maggie was a guest one time.
We played Danceteria.
Danceteria. We played Quick.
The Pyramid Club. We played all of
Mars.
those places.
We played the Pyramid.
Didn't you say that Ryan Landry got you your first gig at the Pyramid Club? What was that
No,
connection?
no.
It
The
wasn't
first one.
the first gig. We played there for him a couple times, but the first gig was
Dodie Bowers.
Yeah.
Dodie Bowers from the 930 Club in D.C. She's the one that hooked it up for us in the first place with Howie Montauk, bless his heart.
R.I.P.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember him?
Well, I've heard of him. Yeah. And so what were those experiences like? So the years that you were playing at those places, how were you getting people in the room? Or were you just happened to be the house band that was there that
Not
night?
the house
Just
band.
part of-
Flyers,
all-
telling people, talking to people. Also, we used to take out ads in the Village Voice. We did it for almost every show at the Bottom Line.
But we would have flyers, and we would flyer wherever we went. I think Michael Musta said something about us oh, no.
What did he say?
He said he took the word Betty and he was like, broads eager to torture you, because we were known as flyer people, because that's the only way you could get people to your shows is to let them know
That
about
was
it.
hurtful.
And
That's
guess what we
amazing.
have right now? A stack of flyers.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that hasn't changed.
There was a place that it eventually turned into Lucky Chang's, but it originated as a
Yes.
Oh,
it was Cave
a
Canem.
bath.
Cave Canem. I
It was
know
a
that
bathhouse
one.
for lesbies.
That's where I met Sandra Bernhard, as a matter of fact, downstairs, because there was
In the baths.
Yeah, in the baths downstairs.
That's where I
And
met
also,
a couple
Amy had
people.
her
Birthday party
there that we had to literally carry her out of. But it was a really fun, very decadent,
Dark.
very very like crazy place. It was a bathhouse for women.
It was a pickup place.
It was really fun.
Was it like always for women, or just like one night women would go
I have a
there?
feeling
It
it was
was
just
always for women,
No, I
wasn't
don't
it?
think so. How could that
But women
possibly
don't do that.
Exactly. I think it
Oh,
was
they
just one
did.
night.
We did.
We did, my friend. Yes, we did.
Even I did it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean even? You were the biggest whore of all of us.
Sandra Bernhard was at the
First time I
baths?
ever met her. Yeah, first time I ever met her was
I don't remember that.
downstairs.
Did you talk?
No, she wasn't very friendly.
What?
Maybe I wasn't her type. I don't know. But I wasn't there to pick up anybody. I was just there to like.
Well, you're the
check it
token
out.
straight one in the band.
Token, I guess, yeah. And I was just like checking
She's
it
the
out because it
ally.
was fun. And I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And I guess that just wasn't the place for my brand
Also,
of friendliness.
You never
I
know.
think-
People could have been really drunk. Like most of the time, you're asking about. I was pretty drunk in the East Village. So
True that.
Yeah,
we were.
yeah.
Those were definitely our party years, the rainbow years,
Well,
if you
also
will.
in DC.
True.
We were
It was a
really
long
young.
rainbow.
We were really young, and we were filled with hope, and
I'm
Joy.
still filled with hope
Me
and
too.
joy.
I'm not.
In some circles, the band is best known for doing the theme song to the L Word. Like,
Also, we
True.
were on it a couple times. Yeah.
and you were on it a couple times. Elizabeth, you were a writer
And a producer.
producer.
and a producer.
And the
You had
composer.
you had a big job there.
Yeah.
And we talked all about that in your first appearance. So if people are interested to really hear everything Elizabeth contributed, just search for that episode. But I'm curious, now that Ruby is older, since you guys were collectively as a band very associated with the show, at what has she yet like watched it? Like, what is her
Oh,
opinion?
child, you have to know this. Ruby is going to a school where there is a giant swath of L Word fans. And I was stunned to find that out. She's in college and she was like, Mom, because she's very, very chill, my daughter. She keeps her cards close to her chest. And she was like, Mom, yeah, I've got a lot of friends that know you. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, yeah, they all watch the L Word. I was like, what? Because I mean, it was a long time ago. So I
They all
don't
No, but
think.
kids
They all wear
discover
Betty
it.
Rules T-shirts. I really want to play at that college. Actually,
Me too. I mean,
That's
it's so
amazing.
It's amazing.
I
that
bet
they're
it's not
actual
unique.
fans.
I bet-
Wait,
I bet that
what
college
college
is
does she go to?
I'm not going to say that on anything.
Okay, fine.
But it's a girls' school.
Kidnapped. She's in
Oh, it's
Argentina.
an all-girls
It's an all-girls school, and I think that a lot of times when there are people who are drawn to all-girls schools, they might like the L Word, and so it was just really
Yeah.
exciting to find out that there's this whole generation, I guess that's Generation Z, that just loves the L Word and is just discovering the very first one still right now.
When did she first discover it?
I don't really know.
I think she could have cared less until her friends started
I
talking
think it
about
was.
it.
I think it was. I mean, she probably heard about it, but it wasn't only in college that she actually started really getting into it because her friends did.
Watching it.
Yes, because her mom was doing it. You don't want
Also,
to do the
she
stuff
was in
your
it
mom
as a
does.
baby.
Yes, but you don't want to do the stuff that your mom does. That's not cool.
There is a scene where an infant Ruby
Yep,
is
that's
being
Ruby.
carried by you.
Yep. The very first time
That's
we ever,
hilarious.
when
Wearing
we
the
wa-
same outfit that Allison's wearing.
Yeah,
only
the-
for a little
the-
infant.
The costume
Oh my
designer
God,
made the
that's funny.
exact same outfit. It's adorable. But it's when we first walked into the Planet Kids
Yeah.
Club that I'm carrying her, and I love it. I love showing her the little tiny clip. It's fun.
When Alicia Haley says, Betty rules, as we walk in the door.
I just shook the phone tree, and Betty fell out.
Yeah, they were trying to get Pink or something.
Yeah.
And
Oh
you
my
guys
God, I
wanted
haven't
to-
seen that show. I haven't looked at the L Word and.
We should have an
The
L Word
OG
party.
L
That would
Word
be
is
fun.
fun. But,
Yes, it was really
I worked
fun.
on it and stuff. I haven't watched it since it came out.
Me
I haven't-
neither.
I haven't
We should have a
watched it.
party and do
yeah,
that.
Yeah. I mean, we're friends. We became friends. We all became friends with Eileen Shakin, so that was fun. Mm-hmm. And some of the people on the show, too.
Rachel, she was just at our last gig
Yeah,
in
Rachel
England.
Shelley, we're all
Rachel.
still really
Yes.
good friends.
Pam
And when we go to
is-
London,
Pam is fabulous.
Oh yeah, you guys did a song with Pam Grier. Now,
Two.
okay,
Too.
what was the other
Pam
song?
Grier and Nona Hendricks. We did a Nona
Oh,
Hendricks
yeah.
song,
Oh yeah.
who we
So,
love.
When you guys performed on the show, were you actually performing it live, or you're like lip syncing?
No, you lip sync.
to a track.
You can't
Yeah.
perform live. It's very, very
Yeah.
difficult to make that happen.
What do you remember from filming? Like the three of you filming that?
I don't remember it at all. I remember recording the song, the theme song, because we recorded it in Vancouver. I definitely remember recording the song because it was really fun, and it was in a really great studio with an incredible engineer. We were well taken care of. It was really fun. Eileen came, and it was a good experience. It was a good studio experience. But
I'll tell you one thing that I do remember. Elizabeth was on stage, and she was one of the people in the show was directed to come over and like they basically made out on stage while we were performing, and that was the girl who plays Shane.
Kate
you know what I mean?
Manning.
And it was really, so that was like the whole audience was sort of like excited by this moment of these two really electric girls getting together and kissing on stage. So I remember that part.
I think in the storyline she was trying to make someone jealous. Or I don't even remember what the storyline was.
Here's my question about the song. If
The L Word theme song?
Yeah, about the L Word theme song. Has anybody ever wanted to cover, like, say, for example, like a Chappell Roan, like a huge current day star, if they wanted to cover it, would that be a big payday for you? Or
No, because Showtime owns it.
Yeah, we wrote it, but they
own it. They own the publishing.
Would you have to give permission?
Nope.
No, Showtime
They
would.
own it.
We
That's how
wrote it
television
and we
works.
performed it, but that doesn't mean anything if you don't own the publishing.
That was one thing that our lawyer couldn't do. She got us.
Nancy Rose can usually do anything, but they
Anything.
were they were adamant about it. It was a great payday for us, and it's paid off, and it was really fun to do.
Renee
Yeah.
Rapp just sang
At
it on
Coachella.
stage, which
Yeah,
is
she
really
sang it on
cool.
stage.
You know what I mean? You write something, and it's really cool that other people get up there and like sing your words out, and people in the audience I hear were all singing along, and that's very, very cool.
Did you write the song together?
We wrote it in a very short amount of time because there were 4 people. I remember I talked about that on your thing. There were 4 bands that were asked to do a theme song because for the second year Eileen wanted a theme song, and there were 4 bands that were asked to do it, and then they chose ours. So that was really cool. But it was a very fast turnaround. It was sort of like what we're doing for the new group. We were asked to write a song for a new group off-Broadway show, Babe, that's going to open, I think, at the end of October. But it's a very fast turnaround for us.
Marissa
because
Tomei is in it.
And Gracie McGraw.
Gracie McGraw is going to sing the song.
She's huge. She's going to be huge.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool.
she's great, really nice, and everybody involved. Scott Elliott, who's directing it. It's Mandy, we call her Fievel.
Greenfield.
Is producing it, so it's
Yeah.
it's going to be a really, really great show.
Yeah, so that it's fun to have a fast turnaround and have to produce something right away that is going to have a long life.
We had the
hopefully.
same thing happen with Encyclopedia. We were given a list
Yeah.
of songs, and then
A
we
list
had-
of words that we had to define through the songs.
a list of words. That was one of my
And
favorite
very,
projects.
For HBO.
ever.
Very fast.
So fun. Oh my God, I could do that every day of my life.
It was so fun because they also we had to do a word for every single letter of the alphabet. And so they just took the alphabet, divided it in thirds and said, okay, you do this one, you do that one, you do that one. So we were never like in competition with each other. We all were just contributing to the whole of this encyclopedia of these 26 songs and
And then we filmed them
theme.
afterward. But we had to record them in 3 days or
That
something
was
insane.
I
25
really-
songs
I
in
don't
3
It was
days.
so
Like that,
fun.
though. I
It was
think we
really, really
chose
great.
But we stayed at the Mayflower Hotel, which is infamous.
It was one of those old hotels of New York.
We met
Where,
everybody. We met Sinead O'Connor when she was at her height. And it was
Yes.
just really fun.
Just
and
the
really
elevator
debauched.
and the bar there was
Yeah.
just so great.
Liza
And that's
Minnelli,
what's wonderful
hello,
about New York.
downstairs at the bar. That was
But
really fun.
we knew Liza before that, right? Yeah. We're old friends, Liza and Betty.
So a lot of people know you from the L Word, but a lot of my friends know you for the tribute, the concert for Sondheim.
Oh, yes.
Where the 3 of you sang. I
never do anything twice.
I never do anything twice. How did you get so? That concert had Patti LuPone
Oh, everybody.
and
Liza
Liza,
Minnelli.
Mandy Patinkin.
Glenn Close. There were Bernadette Peters. How did you? Because you were like fairly new-ish to New York at
Yes.
that point.
It was 1990, I believe. It was really, really
How
early.
did you get that gig?
My prom date, who is also one of my best friends now, Scott Ellis, was directing it. And he said, I have this crazy idea, Amy. Do you think Betty would want to cover a Sondheim song? And at first he was a little bit reticent because we were very different from all the people that were on stage.
Yeah, the only other people who were a group that were singing was a group called the Tonics.
We played at Carnegie Hall with a drum machine and the 3 of us singing. We didn't use the orchestra.
And
we used the piano player to get the note.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
asked him, this is the song is like 9.5 minutes long. We were like, can we
Yeah.
just cut part of it and just do part of it? He was like, nope, do the whole thing. And then we did it for Stephen Sondheim, and he was like, that's fabulous, girls, but I would need something else at the end. And so we had to put something else on the end.
Last night, I rewatched that clip, and it's one of the most impressive performances I've seen of the three of you.
I agree.
Period.
I agree.
Thank
and
you.
when I
So
watch
much work.
that, I get so filled with anxiety. It was at Carnegie Hall. We had so many lyrics and so many things to remember, so tight harmonies, and we were wearing really uncomfortable clothes.
Well, mine was comfortable.
Mine was
so was
too.
mine.
I was
And
wearing
you
a
said
corset again.
You said you were the only band that used like a back, or you were using a drum
Drum
machine.
She used a drum machine that
drum
Alyson
machine.
programmed.
A drum
808,
machine,
yeah.
a cappella, and it was, I mean, really and truly, we practiced that. How long did we
I have
practice
zero recollection
And it
of
was
any
the
of it.
longest, most intense song with verse after verse after verse. But we got it. You know, we got all the words.
That would be insane if you. So you guys have an upcoming show Sunday, September 22nd at the Cutting Room
Yes.
for this album release, big album release party. It would be insane. You wouldn't do it for that, but if you did
We
it,
might do it for the holiday show.
really,
Yeah, why not?
that
honestly-
would be. People would freak.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. Well, we're going to be at the Green Room 42.
Yeah.
If we were going to do it anywhere, we would do it there. But let's see. It's a lot of work to pull that together.
Or we might just play the video.
Oh my God! Just the video.
Cut two.
So this was how I first discovered you. Was
You
I
s-
obviously?
You saw Betty Rules?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was always coming into the city to see. Well, I was in college by that point.
Okay.
I was living just a few blocks from
The
there.
Zipper was cool. It was a fun
Oh.
show.
Saw it
Good.
at the Zipper Theater. I was always at the Nederlander Theater. I would second act Rent.
Wow.
Yeah,
There were
I
a lot.
was
There were a
crazy.
lot of you guys.
How many times did you come to see Betty Rules?
Once.
the ones. I mean, I loved it.
That's all right. But how many times did you see Rent?
At least 13 or 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only show I've seen 21 times was on my 21st birthday. I saw Rocky Horror for the 21st time.
I love Rocky Horror.
Oh, please. There was a moment.
Yeah.
That was a moment.
I saw Lipstick the movie 38 times, mainly because Amy was working at a
Movie theater?
movie theater, so I would just go for free every day after school. It's the most horrendously revengeful, really horrific movie.
I
where-
loved that movie.
Oh, I loved it too.
I thought it was great
It's
at the
I mean,
time.
it's still a great movie.